We already have a video about Microsoft Ads impression-based remarketing. I'm not going to share it because we're here for an update. This month, Microsoft did announce an upgrade to this feature that allows for more comprehensive and larger audiences. So we're going to show you where you can build these audiences in Microsoft Ads so you can use them in a variety of campaigns. When you get into Microsoft Ads, wherever you are, it's pretty simple where to find remarketing setup. Head on over to your navigation and you will see audiences, and then we want audience library. If you're setting audiences up for the first time, these instructions at the top in the 4 blocks can be pretty helpful, but for this case, it doesn't apply. Yes, it's always going to be important to make sure the UET tag is set up on your website before launching a campaign. It's necessary for goal tracking. It's necessary for any website-based remarketing audiences, but this is impression-based remarketing. We're getting in front of users who may have just seen your ad, but have never clicked on it. In that case, they've never been to your website or they've never been to your landing pages. So we can just go ahead and start creating a new audience. You can go ahead and first name it. My name is not going to represent what type of audience we're going to build. It's just to put something in there so I can save it. And here we see the variety of remarketing lists in Microsoft. And of course, we want impression-based remarketing. Click Next. First, you'll want to choose building the impression-based list off of campaigns or specific ad groups. Just for this example, I'm going to choose campaigns, but choose what's better for you. And here's the first update with impression-based remarketing. In the announcement in August of 2025, Microsoft has expanded how many campaigns or ad groups you can use while building this audience. Originally, you could just only choose one. So if you wanted to build an impression-based list off of 10 different campaigns, you had to create 10 different audiences. Even if you wanted to show all those users the same message and the same landing page later on, you could add them separately to an ad group's targeting, but you couldn't combine them into one audience. This new feature is great. One, it just saves time, plain and simple. Second, it really helps with audience size. If you don't need to split them out, depending on who just saw your ad, then you can lump them all into one. Now, we always get questions like, well, which one is better? It's going to be different for every account. It's no different than saying, should I use campaigns or ad groups? I don't know what you're targeting, and I don't know how your campaign structure is. For example, we have a client, not this account, but another one, that has a brand campaign where each ad group is a different product. In that particular campaign, certain products, aka certain ad groups, are for year-round evergreen type campaigns. Those products are always available. A few campaigns, or some of the ad groups, are seasonal. They come and go at different points of the year. So maybe I would want to create one audience from the seasonal products and one from the evergreen. Maybe it matters on when during the year a user has seen these ads. Or maybe for reporting purposes, and we'll show you later on in this video, you still want to see each ad group in its own audience just to see how it's impacting search. If that's the case, go for it. You can still create a single campaign or single ad group impression list. It all comes down to who was originally seeing the ad, and when you get back in front of them with remarketing, what message do you want to show them next? Now, since this is an actual client account, I'm going to have to blur some things out, but let me add a few campaigns. Again, we get up to 20, and this is good enough. Even if you choose ad groups, you can select up to 20 ad groups. I may be jumping ahead a little bit, but while I have the campaign selected on the screen right now, I want to talk about another update in terms of impression-based lists. Microsoft states that if you include at least one audience campaign or ad group in your impression-based list, then you could add this audience to any campaign type. If you don't include any audience campaigns or ad groups, then you can only associate the impression-based list with audience campaigns. So if you want to run it with multiple campaign types, you have to include at least one audience list. But then next, we'll go down to membership duration. Yes, you can change it, but the maximum is 30 days. Now, if you're wondering, well, why can I make it more than 30 days? Think about the user behavior. Just seeing the ad doesn't really show us a lot of intent. Clicking on an ad does. And if they click on an ad multiple times, that shows a deeper intent. So I'm willing to stay in front of a user, show them more ads if they're constantly engaging. It's a higher level of interest. As I said earlier, impression-based remarketing is just seeing your ad. And seeing should be in quotes. An impression is pretty much the ad is visible on the screen. No proof that they saw it. So I wouldn't want to keep an impression-based user in an audience for 90 days, for 180 days. It seems odd. I'd want my impression-based remarketing list durations to be shorter, make them more recent. So when I am remarketing to someone who just potentially have seen my ad, I can hopefully come up with something a little bit better in terms of messaging to get them to click on it and get them in a deeper remarketing list. A little bit further step down in the funnel. So for this one, I'm just going to say 15 days. Usually when I'm building an audience, I include the membership duration amount of days within the audience title. This is just a demo. If you need to, add an optional description, whatever's going to be helpful for you to lay out what this audience is. And then how is this audience going to be shared? This client is managed through an MCC or manager account, so I could share between other accounts. Very important if you have an internal MCC for your company and then you have different accounts for potentially different brands all underneath. Easier to share audiences. In this case, not applicable. And then we'll save it. There we see the audience is created, but we also have filters. You can choose audience type. I still have to scroll down anyway. There's impression-based lists. Click apply, and there it is. Since it is created and saved, we can start going ahead and add it to specific targeting. Here I went ahead, start creating a new campaign, and repeating myself, since I did add an audience list to this impression-based list, I can add the impression-based list to any campaign type. So they already saw the ad. I used other campaigns to start building awareness. Maybe I want to focus on conversions next. Doesn't matter. You can choose any one. For this one, I'll use audience. Click continue. You choose all this other stuff. I'm going to skip it for now, and we're going to jump ahead to targets and ad group. But I want to scroll down to targeting preferences. Here is where we see the main audience targeting section. If I expand upon that, we can select the audience. Here's where you would add the impression-based remarketing list. And there's the one that we just created. Still building, so the list size isn't there yet. You would just add it over, save, and just continue to build your campaigns. Now that's from a targeting perspective. Let me open up another tab. Here, I'm in a particular campaign. We're in the ad group view, and this campaign is a search campaign. With any search campaign, we can go to audiences, and we can look at creating associations. Here, I'll go to ad targeting. Again, we want impression-based remarketing. That's why we're here. Add this to the list. And when we scroll down, here's the option for bid only and target and bid. If we're using Google's terminology, this would be an observation audience, and this is a targeting audience. You see, default is bid only. So we would recommend for any impression-based remarketing list that you create, add it as a bid only option in search. Here's where you'll be able to see if someone just seeing your ad is impacting them searching for something later on. Whether it's your brand name, a product name, a service name, whatever. If you're seeing positive impact using manual bidding, of course, then you can add bid adjustments in the previous audience section that we were right before this and add positive bid adjustments if you see it's making an impact. If you use target and bid, that makes it an RLSA campaign and your audience size is going to be a lot lower. Now I know we're still in a search campaign, but work with me here a little bit because we see the other option for exclusions. Let's just focus on exclusions right now. Ignore this top part. Think about it this way. If a user clicked on your ad, well, of course they saw it. And most likely you already have click-based or website-based remarketing audiences or campaigns running. I don't want to have those users who've already shown a deeper engagement signal, a deeper intent to be mixed in with my impression-based targeting campaigns. So here's where I would take my deeper remarketing audiences, not impression-based, maybe your other remarketing list, your customer lists, obviously your converters, and add them to any campaign where you're only using impression-based lists as your target. Because I do have other remarketing campaigns running within this account. I don't want to serve them in two different campaigns showing two different messages, or they performed some specific action like download a PDF, click on a button. I want to show them a more aggressive ad message to try to get them to convert. I don't want the higher level message based off of them just potentially seeing the ad. So again, if you are running campaigns where the only targeting you're going to use is the impression-based remarketing, make sure you add any of your active, deeper remarketing lists as exclusions within them. And those are the updates to impression-based remarketing. It's more efficient. We can build larger audiences for impression-based remarketing, and now we can apply them to many more campaign types. If you have any other questions on impression-based remarketing or just remarketing with Microsoft Ads in general, let us know in the comments.
Thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up below. If you really liked it, maybe think about subscribing to the Paid Media Pros YouTube channel and you'll get alerted every time a new video drops.
If you really liked it, you can help support the channel by checking out some of the t-shirts that we're wearing on our merch shelf, as well as looking at the Super Thanks button.